basketball is the #1 game, full of memorable moments. You'll find many NBA episodes that won't leave you indifferent and will certainly evoke various emotions. That is the reason why we all love basketball. In today's video, we'll look at absurd and ridiculous situations happening during the game. Basketball players may come into various conflicts with male and female referees, and such cases can be solved differently. Someone agrees politely, and someone causes a scandal. Let's have a look at the first episode. But before we start, make sure you click that like button and subscribe to the channel. Luka Doncic is known for his sense of humor in the NBA, and it wasn't surprising to see him bring some lightheartedness to the game. In the second quarter, the Slovenian player approached referee Ashley Moyer-Gleich to discuss a moment that happened just a minute earlier. During that moment, Luka had made a free-pointer, but he wasn't satisfied and wanted a foul called. After a couple of requests, Ashley, with a smile, jokingly said she had fallen in love with him. The referee blushed, and they exchanged cute smiles, adding a playful touch to the game. It was a moment that showcased Luka's playful and humorous side, proving that he is not just a skilled player, but also a Mavericks joker. In a subsequent playoff series between the Mavericks and the Clippers, Luka continued to entertain both on and off the court. However, he wasn't the only one seeking Ashley's attention. Dwight Howard from the 76ers also tried to make an impression, attempting to make Wonder Woman smile. Meanwhile, Philadelphia's coach, Doug Rivers, engaged in a heated discussion with the officials. In the midst of this, the 76ers big man took the opportunity to chat with Ashley, perhaps flirting or maybe just making a plea not to send him to the free throw line. Regardless of the intent, it was an incident that caught the attention of fans and players alike. Interestingly, while these interactions added a fun and amusing element to the game, they also stirred emotions. In particular, Luka Doncic appeared visibly displeased, suggesting that he might not have appreciated the attention his fellow players were showering on the referee. It added a layer of competitiveness and intensity to the game, showcasing that even in the midst of humor and flirtation, the players are deeply invested in the outcome of the match. In an interesting turn of events during the Caps-Clippers game, referee Lauren Holtkamp created a bit of a stir at the Quicken Loans Arena. The not-so-pleasant incident unfolded when player Matt Barnes, labeled as T4, decided to give Kevin Love a little push after the play had concluded. While it didn't seem like a full-blown technical foul, Tyrier managed to score a free throw. Trying to kickstart a new offensive play, Chris Paul found himself slapped with another technical foul. These left fans questioning whether there was a new rule requiring the Kings team to retreat to their half before launching an offense. Frustration mounted as the Clippers faced repeated challenges in initiating quick attacks, leaving CP3 visibly upset. However, the drama didn't end there. In the subsequent episode, Chris Paul and DeAndre Jordan introduced a fresh pick-and-roll move, leading to a technical foul. The combination of technical fouls and a referee's decision to call a foul after an exciting dunk raised eyebrows among fans and players alike. Many began to wonder if Holtkamp's calls were truly in the spirit of the game. It's worth noting that these incidents weren't isolated, as the Clippers faced hurdles throughout the game in attempting to swiftly start new attacks. The frustration reached a boiling point, particularly for Chris Paul, who couldn't hide his displeasure. As the game unfolded, it became evident that the referee's decisions were a topic of debate. Calls for technical fouls and the application of rules, seemingly new or not, added an extra layer of complexity to the unfolding drama. Fans, players, and pundits alike were left wondering about the fairness and consistency of the officiating in what was supposed to be a straightforward basketball game. Let's go back to the cute moments at the beginning of the Hawks' Magic game. Bogdan Bogdanovic, during his turn, accidentally bumped into the referee Jenna Schroeder. Despite that, they shared smiles and a friendly hug. The game proceeded without any issues. Jenna decided not to take it personally, and Lauren Holtkamp also chose not to make it personal, but rather treat it as a technical matter. Everyone involved kept a positive attitude, ensuring that the game continued smoothly without any personal conflicts. It's great to see sportsmanship and professionalism in action, where accidental incidents are handled with a focus on the game itself. Another rare moment occurred when Chris Paul slaps the referee. Paul strongly criticized Lauren's decision, calling it ridiculous and terrible. He expressed disbelief, suggesting that perhaps refereeing wasn't the right fit for her. According to Paul, the technical foul she gave him during the game was unjustified. He argued that his team consistently tried to move the ball quickly down the court, and when he questioned Lauren's decision, she simply replied with an and slapped him with the foul. In Paul's view, this was not only unfair but also incredibly ridiculous, making him question if she was suited for her role as a referee. The controversy didn't end there. It escalated when the National Basketball Referees Association came to Lauren Holtkamp's defense. Despite Paul's strong objections, the NBRA stated on its Twitter account that, following a thorough review, Lauren's calls during the game were entirely justified. The association not only supported her decisions, but also condemned Chris Paul's response, deeming it unprofessional and unnecessary. This incident stirred up a storm on social media, with NBA fans divided over whether Paul's criticism was warranted or if it reflected a bias against Lauren's gender. Chris Paul found himself facing significant backlash online, with his comments being interpreted by some as disrespectful towards women in refereeing positions. Did you miss seeing Lauren Holtkamp in action? Well, we doubt it, but we've got a few more episodes featuring her. In a recent game, with less than 2 seconds left on the clock, the Clippers managed to secure a win by 7 points. Shabazz Napier was closely guarding JJ Redick, and it seemed like a personal foul from Miss Holtkamp's perspective. You can almost imagine Damian Lillard getting upset about this. Maybe he thought, I'm just trying to make the playoffs with Shabazz Napier on my team. But let's get serious for a moment. That call was just plain awful. However, now we can be certain that Lauren Holtkamp doesn't harbor any ill will towards the Clippers. It appears she just has a bone to pick with NBA rules. Remember that episode with Lauren Holtkamp and Steven Adams? After an offensive foul, a player from Palacio's team argued with the referee and even grabbed her hand. Miss Holtkamp, if that's what you enjoy, you've got every chance to call a team absolutely valid. No doubt, if Chris Paul were in that situation, a flagrant 2 would have been called. What should we take away from the next episode? Simple. Never stand in Klay Thompson's way to the three-point line. The referee learned this the hard way, and it looked painful. Klay became a crash brother for a moment, but luckily everything ended with smiles and laughs. So, from falling in love to falling in love again, that's how our day went, with basketball drama, questionable calls, and unexpected collisions. In a league dominated by men, these rare NBA moments with female referees showcase their resilience and expertise on the court. From controversial calls to unexpected interactions, they've left a lasting impact. What's next in the world of sports entertainment? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, it'll be an adventure worth watching. If you enjoyed reliving these unique moments, don't forget to subscribe for more exciting content.